Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build this tower right back here behind us. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so as you can see here, I have the tower split down into its four main sections. So we have the bottom piece, the bottom middle piece, the bottom top piece, and then the roof. And as you can see, some of the roof is actually in the top piece. And yeah, so whenever you look at it, and this roof looks a little plain right here, it is part of that. So we will do that as we go through it here. And then of course I have the whole tower there. So what we're going to do is we're going to build our tower probably right here in front, I believe. So we'll go ahead and flip over to that. It really doesn't get too difficult until we get to probably this part. It looks pretty simple, but with the roof and stuff on there, it does get a little hectic. So yeah. Anyways, obviously just feel free to pause it at any time. Do it to make sure that you're caught up. But yeah, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. All right, guys. So before we begin, I do want to make sure that I point out that this tower is 7 blocks. So the footprint is going to be 7 by 7, but it is rounded, so it'll be 5, and then kind of step back 1 and then 5 again. I'll show you what I mean. But for the building materials that we're going to need for the first section here, is going to be a stone brick stair, cobblestone wall, and then an oak fence, or whatever fence you guys choose to use. Alright, but to get started here, we're going to place a stone brick there. Then we're going to come back to the right, a step back, 1, 2, 3 cobble. Then we'll grab our stone brick again, come back, so it's on the same level as that one. And then that'll be our 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, off to the corner of this stone brick, we're going to put a cobblestone block there. And then off to the corner of that, we'll put another stone brick. And then we'll put cobblestone there, 1, 2, 3, stone brick. Then we'll just repeat it all the way around. So there's stone brick there, or cobblestone there, stone brick there, and back 1, 2, 3. Then up again, 1, off to the corner, 1, off to the corner, stone brick, 1, 2, 3. Come back to the corner again, stone brick, and then in between those two, cobble. Alright, and now that we have this shape here, I'll fly up here so you guys can see what it looks like. It's pretty easy to follow here. But now, the corner of this cobblestone and the stone brick is going to go up 7. So then if that's 1, then we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Go ahead and do it for all of them. 6 and 7. 6, 7. Come up here to 7. Alright, I'm going to finish this and I'll be right back. Alright, now that all 4 corners are done there, we're going to come here to these cobblestone blocks here, I guess. We're going to bring them up 6. So there is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it'll be 1 shorter than the rest of them, obviously. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 more of them here to do. So there's 3, 4, 5, and 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip over to our stone brick, our stone brick stair, and then we're going to punch out that block, that block, that block. Then under here is going to be a upside down stone brick stair, regular, and of course do it over there, regular, upside down, and all the way around the build. Whoops. Then whenever you're done, you should have a 1 gap block between your stair blocks. Side here, we'll do that there. Over there, there's that one. And then punch that one out. Right. Alright, so now the next step that we're going to do is on this block. So on the 6th block up, we're going to put an upside down stair. Like that. Well, then we'll put a regular stair on top. Both sides. And then an upside down stair there in the middle. Then we're going to come over here to the sides. We're going to put an upside down stair there. Upside down stair there. So it should look like that. We'll go over here one more time on the side. We'll have an upside down stair on block number 6. Flip over to it there. And we'll have a regular stair facing that direction. And then here, same thing. And then in the middle, we'll have one of those. Upside down stair. Off to the corner, we'll have upside down stair facing that way. And then we'll come this direction. Upside down stair facing that way. All right, so with that done, I'm going to do the other two sides, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, now with that being done, the last thing that we have to do here for the structure is we're going to come into the tower with our stone brick, and then in these blocks here, we're going to fill these all the way up to make it level with that cobblestone, so it should be 6 blocks altogether. Go ahead and fill that up to, go, 5 and 6, another 6, and, okay, well, 2 more. I'll hurry up and do that then. Then there is that. Right, so now the last thing we're going to do is fly out here to the outside. Then we're going to come to these corners. We're going to punch out that cobblestone, put in a cobblestone wall. We're going to punch out 2, 3 cobblestone blocks, another cobblestone wall. Then we'll put 2 oak fences in there. So we're basically just punching out 4 of those cobblestone walls. I know I could have did that as the steps went by, but it was just a lot easier to do it this way. There's one, and then 2 fences in between. So again, that'll be 4 blocks altogether. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that one, 2 oak fences in between. Do it one more time there. There's 1, there's 2, 3, and there's 4. All right. So that will actually have us done here with the bottom. Actually, before we go, wherever you want your door to be, then you can just kind of make your door there. So like if we decide to have our door right here, I'm going to get here. I will grab the spruce planks, or spruce slabs, and then you'll put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Then you put a cobblestone wall, and oak fence under there. Of course, that'll be your doorway right here. Alright guys, so now we are going to move on to this second half right here. But before we do that, we need to grab our oak log. And then we're going to come off of these corner blocks and fill in all of this. Oops. Do that. Okay, and now what this is going to allow is just from down here, you see this tiny little bit of wood, not directly from underneath of it. Well, I guess you can, but like if you're up on a hill or something, you can kind of see where this transition starts. But all right, so anyways, from the outside, we're going to come here on these corner stairs. We're going to place cobblestone walls. All right, and then on top of that cobblestone wall, we are going to put our oak fence. Right there. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and flip over. Actually, we'll flip over to our stone brick stairs, and then on the top of this column, we're going to put a stair, then a stair there, and then on the top of that stair, you're going to put a slab. So it leaves like these kind of openings. So again, beside the cobblestone walls, we're going to put stairs, and then on top of those stairs, we're going to put bricks. Do it here on these 2 more sides. There's that. And then last side, stair, stair, slab, and slab. All right. Now, we're going to move over here to our oak wood log again. And starting in this corner, we're going to go up 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, do it again here on the cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5 and 6. There we go. All right. Now, every other block, we're going to do the log again. And then we'll skip 1. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Skip 1. All right. So you should have 4 logs there. And then we're going to do that all the way around. Go ahead and kick this one up one more time. Just like that. Put it on this side here. Go. All right. One more side. Alrighty. So now that we have all of the logs up here, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to swap over to a bone block. You could also use any white block of your choosing. Quartz or wool would work here also. I just wanted to use bone block just because I like the color of it a little bit. And it has this, like these kind of borders here on the outside. You can barely see them, but they are there. But like I said, if you don't want to use bone, you can feel free to use whatever you want. But what we're going to do here is we're going to, in these gaps, is we're going to fill these all the way up to the top of the logs, just like this, and make sure that you have them oriented up, because if not, you click them from the side, it kind of breaks that pattern up. Again, you can't really see it, but once you see it, you won't unsee it. So I'm going to do that for the other 3 sides here, and then I will be right back. Alright guys, so for the next step, just to make it a little bit easier to finish this ring up top, we're going to come here on the bone blocks, and we're going to place an upside down oak wood stair. We're going to do that on all 4 sides. Alrighty. And then beside of those, we're going to grab our stone brick, or our cobblestone wall, our cobblestone wall, and put them there just on the corners. Alright, so there is that. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our fence, our oak fence, and put it here underneath of those. Got one more corner here. There we go. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our spruce slab. And then the reason I said that this makes it easier is because then you can come directly underneath of that. And we're going to place a double slab to make a full block, or you place a full block, but either way. Then beside that, you're going to need to put a slab, and then underneath to make that look like a full block. And then we're going to do that all the way out to the corner here. So then again, down the other side, it was a bottom slab, top slab, top slab, bottom slab, bottom slab, top slab, bottom slab. Alright, or I guess it was top slab. My mistake. Alrighty. And then what we're going to do after that is we're going to come and on the bottom slab of each of these, we're going to put another slab. So you kind of get like this layered sort of step up two-tone effect there. It's not really two-tone, but you know what I mean. Then we're going to do that on all 4 sides. So again, underneath of the stair block, we'll have a full block. Off to the side is a slab, and then a top slab, top slab, bottom slab, top slab. Just copy that down here. And then again, on the bottom half of all of those blocks, put a slab. I'll do it to the other 2 sides, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so now that that is done on all 4 sides, we're going to go ahead and grab our dark oak fence. You don't have to do this if you don't want windows on this level, or if you don't like the fence. You can put in trapdoors, you can put in actual glass panes, it's whatever. I just thought that giving a little bit different color pop here with the dark oak looked pretty good. So above the stair block, we're going to place in 2, and then we're going to come here to the middle and take out the top 2. Place fences in there, then again, those 2. Now, like I mentioned, you don't have to do it on all the sides. Yeah, all the sides like that. I forgot what I was saying. But if you want, you can. Another thing I like to do is just kind of go on the opposite sides, and then we can put just, like we'll mimic it on the opposite side. And then on the off sides, you can maybe just make a window there in the middle, or you can make the windows there on the outside. Or again, like I mentioned, you don't have to have any windows here at all. But it does kind of give it this this sort of look-through sort of style. I don't know what you want to call it, where they can just see all the way through the building. So if you don't like that, then by all means, you can skip that part. Alright, so for the next layer here, this is the last row before we move on to the next part. On top of these cobblestone walls, we're going to put a vertical log block. Right, so on top of them, we're going to put the vertical log block. Make sure it faces up like this. Oh, one more. There we go. And then in between those, we're going to put the sideways log block. So it looks like you have just a log laying in between there. Side here. Alright, and then of course that mimics the bottom here, where we had that log laying down in there, which you can't really see it with all the stone brick, but whenever you know it's there, you'll know that it's there. Alright, so in all of these corners here now, we're going to place a cobblestone wall. So just in between the vertical logs there in their corner. And then we're going to come with our oak wood stairs, and on top of these stairs, we're going to place that on the wood, or on the log there. Side here. Alright, and then that does it for the second part, that part right there, of this tower. So I'll get the materials to do the top part, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so for the next bit here, we're going to need our oak log, oak stairs, stripped oak log, dark oak slab, dark oak stairs, cobblestone wall, oak fence, spruce trapdoor, and a spruce shelf. Alright, so to start this one off, guys, we're going to go ahead and on the oak stairs here, is where we're going to place logs. So just go around, we can go ahead and place those around so we know where they go. And now each of these are going to come up 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll do that all the way around. Alright, and then on the corners right here on these cobblestone walls, we also need pillars going up by 5. So there's 1. I'll go ahead and do the rest. Okay, so moving on to the next bit, we're going to need our stripped oak wood, and then in between this right here on the, like in the corners, we're going to put our vertical wood, our vertical logs here all the way up. If I can get through there, it'd be nice. There we go. And then we're going to do that in all of the corners here. There is 2. Do in this one here. And then we have this one right here. Okay, now we need to flip over here to our oak stairs, and then on the first log block here, so like it's the stair and then that block, we're going to put a regular stair in there, then we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and then on the top block we'll have an upside down stair right there. So you have 3 blocks here in the middle. Do it on this side again, so there's 1, there's the stair, there's 1, 2, 3, upside down stair there, 1, 2, 3, then regular stair there. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on these next 2 here. It's not going to take very long, so I'm not going to worry about skipping anything or time-lapsing it. That, and that. And then that was that. Alrighty. So now, this little bit here is a bit time-consuming and a bit resource-heavy, I suppose. But if you're building this thing in survival, then you probably have enough materials not to worry about it. But we're going to swap on over here to our spruce shelf. And then on the middle block here, we're going to put a shelf, shelf, shelf. Alright, and that's not that bad, but then on the sides of these, we're also going to put a shelf. So it looks like it wraps around. And then again on that block, wraps around that block. And then 1, 2, and 3. And then again wraps around. And we're going to continue this all the way around this build. Now, I guess I'm almost done with this one here. But then we have to do it 2 more times. So it is going to be a little bit time consuming. I'm just going to make sure to time-lapse the rest of it. But after we have that all the way around, and just make sure you don't miss any bits, it's not that big of a deal, but you'll see it here later on, and then you'll have to make sure to put it on there. So again, with that, we're going to do the exact same thing with the trapdoors. Now, this does take a little bit of time because you had to place them and then close them. So it's 2 blocks, or 2 clicks, instead of just 1 click down to place the block. So that is a trapdoor there, there, and there. And then again, make sure you wrap that around and do it all the way around that pillar. And we're going to do it down here also. So top and bottom of that shelf is where we'll have the spruce trapdoor. So I'm going to go ahead and time-lapse this, and I will be back whenever it's done. Okay, so now that that is done here, I wanted to point out that I used lime glass down here. You can use any kind of color that you want. I use lime to just make it pop a little bit, but my favorite glass is the white pane. So I'm kind of torn between the different uses here, but since I have it in the thumbnail, we'll go ahead and swap it over here to the lime stained glass. Like I said before, you can put it down here on these windows also, yeah. So it's just whatever your personal preference is, just make sure you stick with that and go from there. We have, what, 2 more windows here to place this in? Yes, there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty. That should have it done. Now, the next little bit here that we're going to do is the cobblestone walls. So on top of these corner logs here, place a cobblestone wall. And then, of course, we're going to have our fence block on top of that. Alrighty. Alright, guys, so now whenever we come here to this little roof ring thing, it might get a little confusing. It is pretty straightforward, but I try to go slow here just so we don't lose anybody. But that's going to be across this top here. We'll grab our dark oak planks and just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then on the stripped logs, we're going to place one there also. And then that should bring us back there to that. 1, 2, 5. On top of the stripped, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stripped again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then stripped. So we'll get this, not really a perfect circle, but it is a circle shape in there. Right. So then after we get that, we're going to grab our stairs, and then on the middle 3, we're going to put a stair block. So then on these 5, on the middle 3, we're going to place the stair. So do it 2 more times here. Alrighty. Now with that being done, we're going to swap over to our dark oak slab. And then on the sides of the steps, we're going to place our slabs all along this row here, skipping the cobblestone wall. So then again, off to the side of the stair, slab, slab, skip the wall, slab, slab. Again, slab, slab, skip wall, slab, and slab. Do it one more time here, and then that gets us back to the beginning. Alrighty. Now, what we are going to do after that is we're going to come to this block right here. We're going to place a block and then a slab there. Alright. Then we're going to go slab, 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 slab. Then underneath of this is going to be a slab and then a slab out to here. But like I said, it gets a little bit confusing, but basically you're going to need 4 slabs at a corner or at an angle for each other all the way across here. So we'll do it again on this side where that slab is. You're going to come down, you're going to drop 1, you're going to come over 1. Then behind that, you're going to click 1, and then you're going to come out 1. And then underneath of the other side, you're going to down 1, out 1. And then that'll bring us back to that side. So we're going to make that a full block and then kick a slab out. And then off to the other side here, slab down, slab out, slab under, slab out, slab under, slab out, slab under, slab out. Right? Like I said, it can get a little confusing here, but just rewind it and replay it as much as you need. But here, since this is the final one, I'll do it again. On this log block, we're going to drop a slab. We're going to kick a slab out. Then on the stripped, we'll have a slab. And then on that log, we'll have a slab. Then again, on that side, a slab. On the stripped, a slab. Then we'll have a slab coming out. Then on that log, we'll have a slab going in. Right? So then we'll have 3 blocks here. So it'll be a stair, a log, a stair, and then it'll be the roof there. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Okay, guys, so I am going to try to take this a little bit slow for the roof because it is a part where just kind of a bunch of blocks placed in different areas, so it does kind of get a little bit crazy there. So on the front here, on these 5 blocks in the middle, you're going to place a stair. So we'll go around, and we're going to try to do all 4 sides at once here so we don't get confused. Alright. Now, behind that stair, we're going to grab our dark prismarine or whatever roof blocks you want. We're going to come across here. So we'll have 5 of them all together. If you click on the back of the stair, that'll give you a starting spot that you can put the other 4 down. Oops. Go. 2 more like that. Alright. And then here in the center, or here in this corner bit, we're just going to just drag out a prismarine block there. And then more. There we go. Okay. So then we will have this. This is the shape that we're looking at right now. So it's 5, and then 1 in the corner, and then 5 again. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our full block of dark oak planks on top of that middle block. That. And then beside of that, we're going to put a prismarine slab. Go ahead and do that one more time. There we go. Alrighty. So then behind those, we're going to have another... I thought I had that right. Yeah, let me go check this out. Hold on. Alright, so yeah, as I said, it can be pretty confusing. So what we got is we just have these slabs here coming all the way across, so in a row of 4. So then that counts as 1, there's 2, 3, and then that counts as 4. So we'll do that again. 2, 3, and that one's there. 2, 3, and 4. So now it looks like we just have this kind of, well, I guess this is a circle shape, but yeah. Alright, so then behind each of those, we have a full block there. We have a full block there. And on the other three sides, we have full blocks right there. Okay. Oops. One there. Alrighty, so now we have a full dark oak plank there. So it's just one step back from the dark oak plank there. You can get them up there however you need, if you don't want to put them beside there or however. And then we have a dark oak stair top of those. Alright. And then what we have here is a dark prismarine stair there and there, so it faces that full block. So do that here. Alrighty. And then in the middle here, we have a full block coming over. Right, just like that. And I forgot one stair, so there we go. So it is level, like it's underneath of the stair block, basically, is how that is in there. So if we just place it there in the corner, then it kind of just like, it looks like half a slab from this level. Right, so then back behind those stairs now, we have a double block. And there's one. Then it should be level with these stairs. And then again behind that stair, and then one more behind that stair, up another one, and then you have this look. So like this, then you have two full blocks there. So we'll in here on this side, and oops, for corner, there's 1, 2, and 1 and 2. Alrighty. So now what that leaves us here to do is we have to come in here with our dark oak planks again. We're gonna put a full block there, about called it solid block, but a full block there, just behind each and every one of these 4 stairs, just like that. And then we're going to come up with a dark oak stair there on top of all of those. Alrighty. And then in the middle, we're going to do a full block there again. Oops. Then on top of those, we're going to have a stair. And then we're going to place one here in the center. And then we're going to come up 1, 2. And then we're going to put a slab on the top. Alright. And then in these sections here, this is where it gets pretty easy. So you just place a block back there as a placeholder. And then 1 and 2. So again, placeholder, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 because there's already a placeholder block there. 1 and 2. Alrighty. So that is going to be it here for this tutorial. Like I said, this roof does get a little bit confusing, so just rewind that back and play back through it as many times as you need. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything else you would like to see me build here on a tutorial, make sure you drop it in the comments down below. I'll try to build about anything that you want. I know I have had a couple other requests here recently. I'm getting into those. This one should be out here probably sometime early next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday. And yeah, guys, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I would definitely appreciate it, guys. And with that being said, I will see you later.